warm welcome again. Firstly, I'd like to thank Professor Rajat Moona for his insightful comments. I think it was very interesting to see the history of computing being told through his lens. As someone who has been at the heart of such development for technologies in India, including EVMs, including Aadhaar, etc. So it was very interesting to see how things which got started with typewriter, which I think we take for granted, how that was also very revolutionary technology at one point. And I think the emphasis on the social good and the ethical correctness was to be taken very seriously, because now we have more powerful technologies that we had previously. Now you have the technology, you can create fake videos with just one GPU, which would have otherwise taken people with about 10 years of Photoshop experience to do something similar. So I think it's very important to take this message seriously. I'd like to now start by introducing the program. Before that, I want to also introduce you to the venue that you are at IIT Gandhinagar, so that you also get a sense of the kinds of facilities, how to maximize your experience during your stay here. I will directly start with a short video. So I'll also, this is the main gate through which you would have entered. So as we'll talk about social good, it's also important to understand that how energy is one of the biggest constraints going forward. So therefore, you can also see how the campus has been nicely developed with solar PVs. I hope you got a chance to see the Sabarmati River. If not, I suggest seeing from far. Don't go too close. You don't want to be risking your life. But the campus is right on the border of Sabarmati. Quiz question for you. So to ensure that everyone is awake, did you see this? Did you see the structure? Where is the structure? So it's right close by in the academic area only. These are the different academic labs. We will see if we can facilitate the visits to some of them, depending on the interest and availability. Again, when we talk about sustainability, social good, we all understand that water is an important problem. Some people also say that the next wars are going to be because of water. So therefore, this is a very interesting concept in the campus known as Jal Mandap. This is an ancient Indian technology where the water would be stored in underwater and underground reservoirs, which would also keep it relatively cool. People would also socialize there. So it's not just storage for water, it's also a storage place. You might have also heard of the step well, Adala step well. So it's a similar concept. So just to interrupt at this point, you can also see that not everything is AI. You can also do sustainability and social good without AI. This is close to the place where you've been accommodated. So hopefully if you need any snacks, etc., you can find it in this area. Again, when you talk about energy, there are again various energy solutions to optimize. Like like in talks in summer school, you might hear sophisticated topics using reinforcement learning, advanced model predictive control to conserve the energy of campuses. But you can again see that those are active methods. There are also passive methods to reduce the energy consumption, to build the structure in a way so that you can save energy. Sorry. And this was one of the most loved part of the campus. You're free to make use of these facilities in the campus. For the speakers, this is where you've been accommodated. So another important thing you might have noted here is that the campus is built to be inclusive. So in a sense that for specially abled also, it's supposed to be inclusive where it's also possible, convenient for them to make use of all the facilities. So that's also an all-inclusive design. Again, when we talk about social good, we have to be inclusive. We have to talk about accessibility. So these are all the topics which will also be covered. This is not I'm not presenting the social good aspect. I'm just showing that the campuses have been, you can make use of these facilities. This is where if you need to withdraw money, you can go to the bank, the ATM, the medical center. Hopefully you do not have to go to the medical center, but in case you need to do, this is the place where you have the medical center, the post office. We have a few food courts, a few shops. Again, when we talk about social good, you can see these solar installations. These are solar water heaters. This is for the faculty and staff housing. How many folks come from Delhi and NCR region? Okay, have you seen the Okla landfill? Have you heard of the land? Do you know what a landfill is? Or the others also? See, there's the places where all of your garbage gets collected. A lot of the problems with the garbage is because it's not segregated, everything just gets accumulated. Again, as a part of an inclusive design, as a part of the sustainable campus, as a part of the social good initiatives, there is an effort in the campus which is that you have to give the waste segregated. The plastics go differently, the organics go differently. also these campus shuttles, which you can avail of. We will share the schedule with you in case you need to move from different parts of the campus. There are a couple of other aspects. One was the open air theatre, and then the other is the research park, where we have the industry academic relationships being set up. So we have companies who want to work with us, who want to have space close to and within IIT Gandhinagar. So we have that kind of a collaborative setup here as well. So this was to give you a glimpse of the campus so that you understand where you are and how to make the most of your stay here. Next, I want to show the central place where you want to go for everything related to the summer school. This is the website. I believe all of you know this. It contains the different tabs: overview, schedule, instructions for selected participants, and the speakers list, which we are just going to add the bios. So importantly, you must have already seen the schedules for the different days. This is also in the notebook given to you on just behind the front page. Hopefully, this will not change much. In case there are any deviations, we will make the edits there. So, if you want to look at what the school is about, our mission is to learn, build, and apply AI for societal challenges. As Professor Muna was also saying, we need to firstly understand what is it that India is about, what are the kinds of problems India is facing, and how can we apply AI in a positive way to try and solve those problems. We are looking at a few domains. We're not looking at everything. Like, for example, we are not looking at education, although we have one session on learning how to learn by Professor Manish Jain from Center for Creative Learning. But primarily, we're looking at health, environment, accessibility, and equity across the different sessions. Importantly, we have not kept it just theory because that's not useful. We want it to be a blend of theory, practice, and deployment. So therefore, if you look at the structure of the school, we'll have lectures, panels, tutorials, labs, and hands-on. So today also, for example, you might have seen in the schedule that there is a hands-on session on object detection. So in the couple of lectures before that, say some speakers may be talking about applications of health using object detection like algorithms. And then towards the end, the last session, we'll see how to build those from the ground up. We have got keynotes from people from Microsoft Research India and DeepMind, and we have speakers from various excellent places across India, from IITs, IIIT, TCS, Google, Microsoft, and ISRO-SAC. So we've tried to keep it as a blend of people from the industry as well as people from academia and as well as from the other sectors. We also have people coming in from, let's say, IAS officers who can give us some information on AI for public administration, how they are viewing these changes in the AI landscape for India. Just to give you a sense of the kinds of topics we are going into. So for environment, we will be looking into things which are very close to you, very upcoming technologies like electric vehicles. How do you optimize electric vehicles? How do you route electric vehicles? Where do you put the stations for electric vehicles? Where do you put how can you optimize this entire network infrastructure? We're looking into other urban and rural problems for India, including flooding. So you might have very recently heard about the situation in the Northeast. That the situation is not very favorable. So could AI be used for advanced warning systems? Could we do something? Could we also figure out some damage assessments? Could we look into the air quality problem, which is very prevalent again in the entire Indo-Gangetic plain in India? Could we create advanced warning systems? Could we create systems where we figure out what can we change in order to improve the air quality? In healthcare, we're looking at critical problems like brain-computer interfaces, which is like your EEG kits. We're looking like cancer detection or prevention through different technologies, through other problems like apnea. But not just the applications, we also want you to get a glimpse of the foundational methods, which you will be using across different kinds of problems, not necessarily just the social good problems. You can apply them to different problems. But we will be talking about things like graph neural networks, fairness in machine learning, self-supervised learning, causality, meta-learning. Importantly, we don't want to just stop at the modeling stages. We also want to go to the deployment stages. So we will be looking into accessibility. How do you design interfaces to be accessible? Like I showed you some examples of how we can design a campus to be sustainable, accessible. We will also be talking about how to use mobile sensing. So currently we generally think of sensors as some sensors which are deployed. Like let's say if we have a few sensors in the campus, let's say even your Wi-Fi access point could be thought of as a sensor. By looking at the signal strength that we are receiving and the signals that you're receiving, you could get a sense of the number of people who are in the campus. So I would say that is like a static sensor. Think about mobile sensors. You have your phones now, which are going in your vehicles. This is mobile sensing. And importantly, we want the tutorials to be hands-on. So each of them would be a Jupyter notebook, collab notebook given to you, where we will walk through the session so that you have some takeaway message at the end of it. You have worked through it, something. So we will be talking about some very recent technologies such as vision language models, such as graph neural networks, such as fine-tuning large language models. Again, some of these things may sound very complicated, but we will hopefully give you a flavor in 1.5 hour sessions, so as you can do something for your intended applications. Importantly, I would say this is perhaps the most important slide for all of you. How do you make the most out of this summer school? And I want you to ask questions also. So I've written this down as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, you should plan to ask one question per session. Don't forcefully fit it, but this is just to give you a template. You should be asking questions that helps ensure that you're awake in the sessions, that helps you remain connected. You should, at the end of the day, it should not be that you just go away and you just have snacks and that's the end of the day. I think reflection will help you to learn more, to understand that what were the messages discussed throughout the day. Even if not the entire session, can you just reflect for a few seconds? Write in your own words what you thought were the key takeaways for you in the day. Third, connect with 3 people daily. It's again a tentative number given to you. So this is a good cohort of people who will potentially be the leaders in AI space in the future. So talk to them, make friends, talk to the speakers, figure out networking opportunities, figure out job opportunities. So don't feel shy in asking that if someone has internships, if someone has jobs, if someone has any kind of positions. I think from both sides, from the speaker side as well as from the participant side, we should be encouraging such kind of discussion. Prepare. So don't come unprepared. That would be my main takeaway. See the sessions for tomorrow. Can you look through the profiles of the speakers? See what are they working on? Can you see if they already mentioned some opportunities, some openings at their lab? So talk to them. Have that context ready so that you're better prepared for tomorrow's next day's session. And engage in the labs and the live demos that we have. Any questions at this stage? In terms of the logistics, I think the hostels you already have had, like you've already been allocated. I believe there were some issues with the water yesterday, with the water cooler dispensing only cold water. We will talk to the facilities and see if we can figure out something. You already know that the meals, the breakfast and dinner are at the mess, Jaswal mess, where your names have been entered. The lunch is at the venue. For the non-working day, all 3 meals are at the venue. The credentials for Wi-Fi have already been shared, so you can use those. Medical dispensary and a 24/7 ambulance is available. Hopefully we don't need this. I will also share the emergency contact details. And a few things on the code of conduct. We should be respectful, punctual, and inclusive. If you see any issues, if you see anything which is worrying you, you can reach out to me or any of the organizers. We unfortunately have zero tolerance for misconduct. This is also as per the ACM policies. And we want it to be a collaborative and safe space. So if anyone has any issues, please reach out to the organizers. If reaching out in person is an issue, you can always just message on Slack or on mail. But let's not ignore those things. Finally, in terms of the expected outcomes, we hope that you get a sense of AI for social good. You get a hands-on experience with various AI tools. You get to build connections through the peer network, through the mentor connections. You will also get an ACM India certificate. This is conditional upon your attendance, so do not miss out sessions until unless there is an emergency. Importantly and interestingly, ACM will also sponsor some top students with some internship opportunities, as well as an all-expense paid trip to this ACM India event, which is called ARCS Symposium. For 2026, this is at IIT Hyderabad in February and March 2026. In terms of the social media coverage, please feel free to post on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. You can use the tags for IITGA and India ACM and for the organizers. So the hashtags, you can use ACM India Summers 2025 and AI for Social Good. And we'll also try to feature the top post. So finally, before I finish this session, I just want to leave with this thought, which is also a tagline: from pixels to people. So by pixels, we were thinking of the technologies which we are using. As Professor Moon also mentioned, we answer kind of questions that who is this person? Are these two persons similar? So for that, we need computer vision-like method, which means pixels. To people, we eventually want to be solving people-centric problems. We don't want to be solving problems in the wild. From sensing to society, we use sensors to solve various societal issues at large. And from Earth's breadth, which means just the sustainability challenge, the Earth is choking, to human breaths, which is the healthcare applications that we're looking, and AI for social good. We hope that these 11 days are impactful and full of learning for you, and you have a good experience. We want you to ask questions. We have purposefully kept a lot of gaps, breaks in the session. We do not want you to sleep or go away or just talk on the phone or just sit at some corner and play something on the phone or just log on to Instagram. We want you to make active use of these sessions. Talk to people, talk to the speakers, talk to your peers. So let me ask this question. In conferences, workshops like this, what is the most important thing? Is it the sessions? Is it the gap between the sessions? So we often think that it's just the sessions which we want to attend, everything else is useless. It's often very important to go to conferences, workshops, and fully leverage the gaps between the sessions. So talk to the people, learn from them, look out for opportunities. Right, introduce yourself. Hello, I am this and this person from this institute. I've been working on this. I like this aspect, so on and so forth. So that's all I had for this session. I can take some questions. If not, we will take a break, long break.